Hello everybody, it's me Tomebinder, and in this video I'm going to be checking out the Ambush of Saw, which is made by Timothy Ford 06. This is a map that I was recently requested to play, though the map itself is actually like two months old. That's fine though, we're going to check it out and judge it as we would any map, and kind of give it its own feedback, while of course considering the fact that it came out 2 months ago. Let's read the description here. Your name is Captain Thompson. You're taking your squad to the nearest outpost in the Duchy of Warsaw City, in the city of the Duchy of Warsaw. That's how I'm going to read that. You and your men were ambushed by Prussian forces. You and your men are fighting, and a Prussian force came in, and your job is to survive with most of your soldiers and make your way to the city of Warsaw to regain your soldiers at Warsaw Base. Desert Mammoth / Daily / Player. You're the captain here. You make the orders. You must survive. If you die, you lose your men. They'll surrender to the enemy. Alright, well in that case, we better play and we better win. We don't want our guys to surrender to the enemy. We're going to be playing 2 different ambush maps today, and both of them, coincidentally, are made by Timothy, because those were the ones that I was requested to play in the comments. Now, just immediately loading it up here, it's very flat, and also there were a lot of units in the load map, so we'll see how laggy it gets. Not too laggy, which I'm kind of surprised by. I guess we're just going to push in here. Probably give my thoughts at the end. Well, I guess I should say, my main thing is that if you're not going to use this part of the map, you should raise hills up so you can't see it. Only let the players see parts of the map that they're going to use. See what I mean? There's a very large flat space over here. Well, let's push forward here. I do like these units. They're well designed, certainly. I think we maybe started to limit the enemy resistance. Oh my gosh, we're getting flanked! Okay, let's bring down the APC if we can. There we go, it's down. Now we're going to do some hip firing. That was horrible hip firing. Continuing to be horrible hip firing. Let's grab this one instead. Maybe this time we've taken them all out. Oh, we haven't! There's several waves of enemies here. That's cool. Whoa! My goodness. That's a lot of enemies. Okay, it's cool to have this large command of different troops, and I like the variety of troops being used as well. It's nice there. But I have to say the battlefield itself feels quite empty and flat. But there's many ways to improve on that, so don't get demoralized or anything. I really like that idea of there being several waves of enemies. I think you could certainly flesh out the enemies more by giving them smarter unit scripts. I might have one published on the workshop, but if not, I should have a tutorial about that. It's called Making Smarter Units. Let's take a look at this map in the custom battle editor so we can give our feedback a little bit more at length. Regarding the way the map is actually put together and the way it looks. So I guess since this area of the map is actually being used, you shouldn't block it off to the player. It's a simple but effective way to have multiple layers of an attack. It's just by pre-placing all these units, and since it doesn't really affect the performance, I don't think it's that big of a deal. But let's lower the fog here. Now, right off the bat, the area behind these houses, and in fact most of the edges of the map, aren't actually being used, except for this one. So what we're going to do is just grab this whole row of troops, move them forward a bit, and now you have the ability to use the environment editing tool to create these large hills all around the edges. And as long as you can block the player from seeing the actual edges of the map, see where the map ends, just use some hills along the perimeter like this. It's definitely going to help them feel more immersed. That's just an easy trick to do, is to block the player's field of vision. Something just pretty simple like this is all you need. And we're probably going to want to lower the radius here when we go behind the houses. Then we'll raise it up again in a minute here. Obviously you can't do it for roads and things like that, where the player has to have access. And then I'd also make it slightly hilly in here, just so it's not perfectly flat. And then I would change the forced floor a bit, like this. Just to add some nice paths for the attacking units to roam across. And I think you can start to see the painting take shape here. Just got some darker greens in play. Just like that. Pretty simple, and actually we could even get some like dirt colors in here too. Actually, you can see there's this interesting effect with the paint, this blotchy effect, and that's because we haven't coated the map essentially. So we're going to raise the size and speed to maximum. We're going to coat the map in this color green. And once that's done, we're able to do some painting and have it actually look nice without the blotchy effect. So the first step is to coat it in this color green. After doing that, we're simply going to take other shades of green and just kind of intermix them. Now this was probably too big of a brush size, but let's see. That's not too bad. We just want to, you know, it's not an exact science. It's not rocket science. We just want to lower the speed and size a bit here, and just kind of intersperse these different shades of green into the forest here, just like that. Just so it's not all the same color and texture. So once we've done that, we'll get some paths going here. Some of the beaten paths, just like that, just to make it seem like the ground has been walked on more. This is going to be a huge help for your map, so I definitely recommend adding some brown to all the green forest maps. Just like that. It's going to be a big help, I think. And as you can see, you've already placed down trees. It's not just the ones that automatically spawn in, which is a great call. It definitely makes the map, the forest, feel denser. But what I would do, the logical next step to me, is to add bushes and just other kinds of plant life here. So just pretty simply, if you can just get bushes down and rocks down like that, you'll have a more alive feeling forest. And obviously you would put down a lot more than that, but if you just search bush and rock, you should be able to pretty quickly get some nice looking forest here with a lot of different types of objects in them. Also, I think we're going to actually elevate one of those hills even more so it's clearly visible in the background, because we want the player to have a sense of scale and size in this map. So we're going to have like a large mountain over here that the player can see. Just like... let's go like this. Let's see how that looks. Doesn't look too bad to me. And we'll also bring this part up too, just a little bit. We want to have some ridges for the enemy units to come to the top of and fire down at us from. Just like that. That's basically my main recommendations for you, is just to kind of liven up the area a little bit, make it a little bit less flat, make it a little bit more colorful. That's all you really need to do. You've got the battle down on multiple sides of the fight going. Here for the house, the like residential area, that's where you want to break out your rubble. And I happen to have some rubble prefabs with me, but if you don't, you can make some of your own, or I can publish these ones. Just to make the whole urban area feel a little bit more fought over and destroyed. Just add a little bit of rubble around, just like that. And if you don't have prefabs, it's pretty straightforward. You just go to the objects and search rubble, just like that. Anybody can do it. Maybe some shells. You know, you can be creative here. Just make use of whatever objects you want. Kind of make the battle feel more destructive on the environment and things like that. Those will be my main recommendations if you want to just kind of quickly whip together an update for the map. If you don't, that's perfectly fine, but I just thought I would give some thoughts on that. As far as the mechanics go, I think that map actually does, that's worthy of an upvote from me. The Saw Ambush is what it's called, I believe. The Ambush of Saw, sorry. There we go. And we have another one, which I don't remember the exact name. It's called like the Delta Ambush, something like that. It takes place in a snowy area. I might have to look in Timothy's workshop here. What's it called? Delta Ambush. This is for Desert Mammoth and Daily. I'll just copy and paste the name, just for ease of finding it. Hopefully it shows up. Maybe it won't. Maybe it won't. Well, that would be unfortunate. What if I look in my followed authors here? Why is it showing all this mammoth stuff? I guess because mammoth is in the name. But are these by people who I'm subscribed to or following? No. And again, this is just the problem of the in-game menu. It's nothing that I don't think it's anything that's Timothy's fault, but that is unusual. I think it's breaking the in-game menu. So sadly, we might not get to play the Delta Ambush today. But I would have liked to have been able to. At the very least, we can call this a rework of the Ambush of Saw. I think that's what we'll have to do. And I guess to compensate, maybe I'll do a little bit more work on this map. How about, let's get ourselves some crates and barrels in here. Get a large crate here. Containers is what they would call containers and boxes. Yeah, just like that. What more should we take here? Let's get some rocks. And again, it's not an exact science. You just kind of do what you think looks nice. We'll grab this trio of rocks and just kind of plop them down in a few places. And we'll get some of those big spiky rocks if we can find them. Place them like this. We want the big spiky rocks, not the small ones. We want the huge ones. Where are those ones located? Oh, this must be it. We don't want the Arctic ones, though. We want the normal. Just place down rocks. Just fill the area up with more environment objects. Essentially, that's all I'm going to recommend. But as far as you know, straightforward battles go with multiple phases and stuff, I certainly didn't mind it at all. It was some good, clean fun, which I always enjoy in an Ancient Warfare 3 map. So I think I'm gonna probably end the video here now. It's called The Ambush of Saw. Look it up like this. So yeah, feel free to take my advice with a grain of salt, Timothy. I certainly did enjoy it without any changes, but if you'd like to, take inspiration from what I did just now, that's perfectly fine too. That's kind of why I did this channel, to give people advice, but again, totally optional. So thank you everybody else who watched this video. I certainly appreciate your support of my content. If you'd like to give me some support, you can always leave a like and subscribe. I would certainly appreciate seeing you around this community. Also, if you'd like to be notified when I make Ancient Warfare 3 maps for you to play, you can follow my Steam Workshop, which will be linked in the description of all my videos. So thanks again for watching, folks, and I'll see you in the next video or stream, which should be very soon. Alright, goodbye.